Yo, what's going on,
Yeah.
everybody? We here.
Yo,
Welcome back to Only the Real Podcast. This is episode number 2. Damn, it sounds so weird to say number 2. I can't wait till we get like the 150 or something like that. You know, we say some wild shit. But episode number 2, it's your boy Don. I ain't got all that special shit this time. I'm just that nigga Don. That's all I need to know. Fuck these whole ass niggas. But go ahead and introduce yourself though.
Hi, I'm Brandon.
Come on, fam. We're not
still
doing this
Ty,
again.
still Ty. We still here, still good.
It's Dre Boogie. You know I'm here in the flesh.
And guess we're recording.
Everybody's in the flesh, fam. But
What if he was in the spirit?
just want to check in real quick. How's everybody feeling today? How was everybody's week since last week's episode? How was everybody's week? Give me a recap. What's going on?
Good. I bought me a high-tech mask. I look like Bane now from Batman.
Got the shit with the two little holes in it. About to go fuck up Batman. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm cooling. Trying to be great. Trying to stay sane.
Okay.
Trey
Boogie?
man. Not much, man. Just been working, doing research, keeping my mind active, so feeling pretty good.
Yeah, that's cool and all. I feel keep your mind active. You got to in these hard times. But I'm gonna be the real nigga. Y'all give me these drive responses. I'm a real nigga when I got my first tattoo on my chest. Did it hurt? Yes. But did it hurt to the point where I grunted and was crying like a bitch? No. So all you niggas like, oh, it hurt on the chest, I can't do it, collarbone. Nah, it didn't hurt. But other than that, I'm good. Kind of disappointed by this rainy weather we're supposed to get this weekend. Gonna fuck up my plans for like some beach moves, but other than that, I'm blessed to be here, blessed to be safe, blessed to be healthy, so can't really complain. First off the back,
blessings.
yes sir. First off the back, let's get into some music.
Yes, sir.
The boy, I don't even think his name should be Little Baby. He's a grown man now, but Little Baby has been on
Goat
an
baby.
tear. He's like MJ back in '96. I don't know what's going on right now. He's not missing at all. So
yeah, you're wild.
Everything
I'm
a
not
hit.
wilding.
40,
I'm not
90
wilding.
club.
I'm just saying. I'm not wilding.
Everything's a hit.
I mean, I'm
We
not
in
saying he's a
50, 40,
GOAT.
90 club.
I'm not saying he's a GOAT yet, but I'm just saying that year of Jordan, I'm just trying to say, like, when his album came out, when did My Turn come out? Maybe like what? Early this year? Maybe not early this year. Early
Like
this
March?
Early this year.
year. Okay.
No, February. It came out in February.
From the first quarter this year. So first quarter this year came out. It's still charting, still going out there. And then he just dropped a new song to deal with all the Black Lives Matter time.
Hold up. You gotta talk about the deluxe album because that pushed the album even further than me. To me.
Which I agree. I will say that when it first came out, the whole Lil Baby My Turn album, I didn't really pay much mind. I listened to it, but I kind of said like it was boring, like kind of sounded the same. I just like skimmed through it, didn't really listen to it. And then as months went past, I kind of like went back and was like, oh, this is a hit. Damn, he flowing. This nigga went crazy on every song. And I'm just like, it's a little ridiculous. Then the deluxe came and it's like he just went crazy. He got 42 Doug, not 48. He got 42 Doug on 2 of his songs, which is probably arguably the best, one or 2 of the best songs on the album. But how do you want to feel about Little Baby so far?
I would say that for me, like he was on my radar. I think when it was what was that, Harder Than Hard. He was like, okay, yeah. Oh wow. He named it that. I ain't named it that.
I know.
Hardest ever.
God damn, it's harder than ever, but okay.
It's like 3 of them, bro.
He was on my radar back then, but I wasn't really like listening to him. I think Street Gossip is what when I really started listening to him. But I'm really happy to see like the wave that he's going down. Like he really on some 50, 40, 90 shit. Like he ain't missed yet. So it's really good to see like somebody that's really kind of in that consistent groove. And I think the biggest thing is that like he ain't really coming out of his box. You know what I'm saying? Most times when somebody in that groove like that and they want to try something to go out of their box. But he really been in that pocket and kind of just he's shooting that bit from 40 feet, knocking it down. So like keep going. That's how I feel.
I appreciate the fact that he don't have to do a lot of girls in his videos, a lot of guns, a lot of all this other extra stuff that a lot of artists does, but he can still get his point across in the way he does. I mean, his style is a little different when it comes to the mumbling and stuff like that. But I'm starting to I'm starting to like it a little bit more. But he's definitely he ain't been missing.
I'm not letting you get off with that video shit because the nigga definitely have holes in his videos. Not all the videos. He definitely shoot videos in strip clubs. He has money with a crash Hellcat that niggas like us can only dream of. They can't never afford. They throw money in the air and burn money and for fun. Like, I mean, he does rich nigga shit. So I'm not gonna just let you say like he's a humble nigga.
I'm talking about more recently. More recently, the videos I've seen, I didn't see none of that. Maybe I missed a couple, but the videos I've seen, I didn't. I was like,
he not getting 200 occasion right now, so ain't gonna be a lot of bitches in the video.
Occasion.
I mean, I don't even think he needs it, and it's just because I haven't seen it. I don't even think he needs it.
I mean, I fuck with Lil Baby, man. His last few projects been good, man. He really is starting to become a rap superstar, and it's not just in a certain lane. It's in the rap game in general, because a lot of people like to say certain people are in the lane, and that's what they're good at. But in a sense, he is starting to become, well, he is mainstream, but he's starting to elevate more and more. Like each project, it gets better. You see the development, you see the maturity, and when he like, and even when him being on features, like he goes crazy on features. Like he does his thing. He stands out. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's like it's becoming so consistent to the point where if you put a Lil Baby feature, it's like, oh, he gonna kill it. Like he gonna do what he's supposed to do. You know, he not gonna shoot you in your bread. You know what I'm saying? So Lil Baby is really becoming one of the better artists that have came out like the last, decade. Going into this new year, he part of this new wave of young artists that's going to be taking the game. So I'm happy that he's making these strides and developments. Man. I can't wait to see more from him.
I will say this though. On my fault. I'll go ahead. Don.
You want to finish talking?
Oh no, my fault.
You go ahead.
Okay, I was about to say. I will say though, I was surprised to hear him come out with the song like talking about Black Lives Matter. That did catch me off guard because I wasn't expecting that from him. But like his message behind it was very, very powerful. Seeing as like he can really, I guess, bridge the gap between like the newer generation and then the older generation. Because I mean, people like 20 and up listen to him, and then people 18 and younger they listen to him. And I just thought like he really used that, like, gets that hot streak of what he was doing and creating a song that kind of encompasses, I guess, everything that's going on. But he did a really good job doing that. So I would say that thing caught me off guard. Like,
wow. He definitely made a subject type of song for the times, but also made it where you gonna bang it in your car. Like it still got the 808s, it still got that Wheezy or turbo like type feel. So it's like you could still bang it if you didn't care to listen to what he was saying. But the point is to listen to what he was saying. And he was really spitting some real shit with some nice ass flows. So it's crazy on Twitter they be saying that Lil Baby's trying to enter like this. Hit me out. Not saying like he's like Lil Wayne in terms of the bars. And
I was just thinking that.
His ability to just rap and keep on with different flows. It's starting to enter like that Lil Wayne phase. So I think it's definitely great to see him come out of shell and do something like that. I think we all have watched him grow as an artist from like when he was slurring and drinking lean or going to the BET Awards. You can hear the difference between Gunna being more vocally prepared versus Lil Baby not being prepared to perform in front of a lot of people. It's definitely a growth in both of them. But since we're talking about Lil Baby, he's definitely grew as an artist for sure.
Yeah. I get what you mean by the whole Wayne aspect though, because like that's how I felt when it came to his features. Like if you remember, like back in that from that 08 to like 2000, I want to say 12, 13 time span. Like if you heard Wayne,
you heard him every
featuring Lil Wayne, it was like, all right.
Literally every song is down there featuring Little Baby. You're right.
If it said featuring Lil Wayne, you was like, all right, bet I'm skipping the Wayne verse, and that's how I'm starting to feel about Baby. Like it's like okay, because he really been putting out that pressure. So
No, y'all ain't hot. Y'all ain't hot.
fuck with it.
Yeah, this about to say this last song, this Black Lives Matter song is definitely tough. I listened to it like a good 4 times straight just to catch every lyric, catch every word, read the lyrics like 3-4 times. It definitely was a hit. Definitely came a little more appreciative of his music and his craft. He put in a show with that one. I just want to see him performing as well.
Yeah, I appreciate all the artists that's dropping all these Black Lives Matter songs. It's really good. I mean, it's not nothing bad about it. I'm not gonna say. I'm not.
I know what you're about to say. I know what you're trying to say. Like for some, it feel like they just trying to capitalize on the moment for sales, and their music is not hitting the way it should. Like, all right, I love Meek. Don't get me wrong, I love Meek with a lot of my heart, right?
And he always does music like that, but
that
I don't know.
It didn't do it for me. It didn't do it. Yeah, for me. Like he had other songs that were album cuts that were deeper than like that song. He had the Dream. Young Black America, like that song is a lot deeper than
Young Black America is hard.
That song is a lot deeper than what the fuck he just called the other side of America, whatever. That didn't do it for me.
Yeah, like I don't know. It sounds real bouncy, like
Oodles and Noodles, baby, hit harder.
Oodles and Noodles, baby, hit harder. He got a couple different songs that just hit harder than that relate to what we going through now.
Hit hard. Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and transition this shit because yesterday I was sitting out there, I was chilling. I was like, damn, this day has been kind of mediocre and everything. Then out of nowhere, I get a tweet. Mr. Jermaine Cole decides to drop a song.
Jermaine Cole.
For everybody that doesn't know, J. Cole did drop a new song. It goes by the name of Snow in the Bluff, I believe.
The whole timeline in shambles.
It did send the whole timeline in shambles. Now, I did listen to it when it first came out. I'm a Cole fan. I listened to it. Rusted to listen to it. But it wasn't until the next morning or this morning that I realized the backlash that came behind it and everything, and I had to go do research to understand what he was talking about, or what the problem was. So I think a lot of people trying to cancel J. Cole, which I think is ludicrous. But
he's a misogynist.
Brandon, do you want to explain the whole him and the lyrics towards No Name thing, and then I'll go from there.
Well, from what I because I follow No Name, so that was how I figured out how it was connected because I seen No Name. If anybody knows who that is, her full name used to be No Name.
No Name Gypsy. She's a rapper.
No Name Gypsy. We go back. She's very popular. You might know her on the Acid Rap album with Chance the Rapper. She has one of the greatest songs on there. And some other artists, she's been even her own songs with Smino and different people. So she's a dope artist. Check her out.
Yeah. So I follow No Name. And so that's how I found out the whole, like, I guess, feud in between the two. But basically, in a nutshell, No Name dropped a tweet not too long ago, I guess around the time that the initial protest directly after the George Floyd killings, or the killing, I'm sorry. And basically, in a nutshell, she was saying, like, all these rappers that y'all worship and idolize, make a profit off of Black culture, but they ain't out there in the streets. And basically, she was just talking about how people that are so-called woke, or they create thought-provoking music, can make music, make money off of it, but they don't be out in the streets. And when you really think about it, it was a shot to J. Cole and people like J. Cole and Kendrick and stuff like that. But it was like, if you look at all the protests in the past and all the protests now, J. Cole was out there. Can't necessarily say the same about Kendrick, but I don't necessarily know if Kendrick's been out there. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he was out there in the Compton protests.
But more importantly than just he definitely was out there with Russell Westbrook and DeRozan. But more importantly,
I didn't see those.
But more importantly than being out there, they make music that speaks to what we're going through. Like Kendrick Lamar gave us a whole fucking album that celebrated Black culture and being Black and proud.
Black people being Black and proud.
Just straight Blackness. That J. Cole gave us songs and and everything. If you ever meet J. Cole, try to go into his concert, you hear him talk, he always boost up and try to promote local artists and get shit. I remember when Ari was just a fucking girl he had singing a hook. Now she done fucking blew up.
Facts.
I mean, like,
Facts.
I think for some things, like, you got to be out there. You don't have to be out there just as much as, like, as you use the black culture, you also help improve it and stuff. But yeah. So Brandon just explained that was the whole situation. Now I see people trying to cancel J. Cole. They're trying to say that now is the time that black women are getting murdered, getting slandered, getting abused, and this time to protect black women, he is sending shots at a black woman, which I don't think he's sending shots. He's just being real. He's saying, hey, you guys think I'm this woke ass nigga, when actuality I'm not. I'm an average nigga, just like you all. I know you're not gonna see me that way because I make this music that you love. At the end of the day, I don't know everything. Do I want to go read every book and learn about everything? No, I do not. He said that, but he also said that, you know, people. I think it's just about No Name. It's like there's other black queens out there that are like No Name in terms of, you know, being knowledgeable and sharing that knowledge that they learned through research. But he's saying instead of calling out other people like us, like help us learn, like people like us, like help us learn, instead of just calling out celebrities that you think should know all this shit or think that should be woke. And that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, I think that Jake, exactly what you say. I think that J. Cole was just saying that, like, help us, teach us, like, give us some direction. Don't call us out when you don't necessarily fully know. But if you're gonna call us out, teach us. Call us out to just show us the way. Just show us what you know. Give me a lesson I don't have. Give us a lesson we don't have. I think that's it was a big disconnect between them trying to, you know, call it shots and call it her going at him or him going at her. But I think he was just, you know, I'm gonna support the black woman regardless. But you have to teach me how exactly you want how this supposed to be done. How what you think I should do? What you think would make the biggest impact? I think he just, you know, was saying that, and it just went left.
For sure.
I'm gonna just say this, okay? So the song, I like the song. The message, I get it. I love it. It got across to me. You know, I listen to J. Cole, so I understand the message. But you have the timeline, and like once again, this whole thing, this is the problem for me. Yes, he made the song. Yes, some of y'all don't like it. And I get it. You voicing your opinions, you voice how you feel. And, you know, like they've been saying and showing lately, like, black men don't protect black women. You know, that's been like the main thing, or it's been that every time black women speak or they have something to say, we shut them down, or we ask them to lower their tones, or we ask them to do this differently instead of just like realizing what they're saying, listening, hearing it, and not having no rebuttal, you know? And
yeah, treat them like we do the bros. Yeah.
That's a lot what's going on. And, you know, I even saw Chance Robinson say something, because him and No Name they from Chicago, they go back, they make music, that's, you know, they cool. And he was just speaking on how right now that song is making us divisive again. It's putting black men versus black women, and it's over a song, and it's over how one person feels about something else. And it's just like, I don't understand how we outside fighting for a better future, for better rights, and it's like something like this is making us divisive again. And it's like, I get the whole misogynistic point, because he supposedly he is talking about her, and women are saying like,
yeah,
well,
allegedly.
If this was another man, would J. Cole have said something? Yes, he has. He has spoken on this plenty of times. He's rapped about Kanye West being a false prophet. He's rapped about all the young niggas popping the pills, the drug culture. These niggas making this quick fast music to get money. That was a whole album in KOD. So it's just like, yes, he has spoken to the male figures in rap. He has said shit to them, and he has made albums and music directly to them. Now, do I think he's wrong if he is addressing her, allegedly, if he is addressing her, do I think he's wrong for what he said? I'm not going to say there's a right or wrong. He has his views. She has her views. Should he have approached her privately about that, maybe so. That may have been the better route. Just before the song was released, maybe approach her privately, have a conversation, so they on the same thing. So it's not like
But is
divisiveness.
No Name
You know
even upset about it? I haven't even seen her say nothing.
I mean,
Hold
I
on.
don't
It's
know. I
the
haven't seen her
fans.
tweet
It's
about nothing.
Twitter.
So
It's the public
it's
that's
and it
That's
ain't
what I was
even
about to
fans.
say.
It's just people. Like people are divisive. It ain't even people that's fans of J. Cole in the sense.
Right.
It's just people that's a part of the movement that want better. That's just looking at what he's saying, like, oh, you're being, and it just feels
Right.
crazy for us to say this because we're a bunch of men sitting around talking about this, and it just feels kind of crazy because it's just like we're not black women, so we don't understand what they're saying. Like we listen, we read it, we're trying to understand, we're trying to get it, we're trying to be there so we can not only see things like see how we feel about it, but also understand how they feel about it, so that we can have both sides and have an unbiased opinion. You know,
That's what I'm saying, Dre. I don't even feel like necessarily like for instance, he put out a tweet after all of this firestorm was going on and straight up was like, I'm not apologizing for what I said. He went back to initially what everybody
Oh,
was talking about.
don't worry like that. Don't worry like that. Just say he said he meant
That's
what he
literally
said.
what he
Yeah, he
just
meant
said he
what he
meant what he
said.
said. Okay, well, he meant what he said. But basically in his like thread of tweets, he was just talking about what it was that the song was about. And to be honest with you, this whole like firestorm discussion came from the fans. And if you look at any artist when they drop something, especially somebody that's either connected to their community, who is very I guess woke, or they talk about social injustices or something. Any of those type of rappers or one that has talked about all three, it's always a situation to where they drop a song and it's always decoded. Or if they're the biggest artist, it's always decoded. And every time a song is decoded, there's either one way of looking at the song, then there's another way, and then there's the actual version of the song that the artist wrote. If he's coming out and dropping a song and he's just unleashing his truth, because that was the discussion when all of the protests started happening and all of these celebrities started popping up here and there. Everybody's like, oh well, where's the Joey Badasses that talk about this? Where's the Kendrick Lamar's? Where's the J. Cole's? Da 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 da. And they weren't tweeting or nothing. They were just out there. It's like it's a double-edged sword when it comes to these type of topics, because it's like, oh, we want the celebrities to be tweeting about it. Oh
It's
no,
like they
we
can
don't
never
really want
do
y'all to
enough.
be. It's like they can't do enough. One,
Can't do
and
enough.
then
Even
two.
if they don't tweet about it, just be out there like, oh, why they ain't
are
tweet about it?
you speaking on black artists in general?
I'm talking about black
He's speaking
artists
on
in general
those
when it
black
relates.
artists that we look at as the woke ones. Like
Okay.
Yes,
we have
I'm
a
talking about
certain
those
general group of
specific
artists
people.
that we categorize as the
I'm
woke
not. I'm not talking
artists.
about Project Pat and Juicy J. I'm not talking about them. Like I'm not gonna look
Ain't nobody
to
talking about them
Juicy
at
J.
all in this
What
time.
I'm gonna say about
Just
that
saying.
is, I've
Hold up,
seen, and
before
then
you
I've
go, I want to
seen.
read this tweet. I want to read this tweet. The tweet that J. Cole said. The last one he said, "We may not agree with each other, but we gotta be gentle with each other and put the peace sign," which I think is a very, very
That's
loud
what I was trying to
but
get to.
simple tweet. Like when we talking, we disagree about shit. We may argue, we might raise our voices and shit, but you gotta be gentle with each other to understand that we all are different people. We have different names, we have different minds. We're gonna think differently, and I think that was displayed and what's going on in the world. Everybody thinks that because one person feels like this, everybody has to follow suit and feel the same way when it's not the case.
But it's not even just that. It's just the fact that when it comes to just dialect in general, people always pop up and just says that normal dialect is an argument. And an argument is not a negative thing. An argument is just a discussion. You bring your point up
But it's all because
and
you don't
multiple
agree with
people.
one person is saying. That's
But
generally
that's
what
a
it's about.
normal.
Or people take piece or this piece and that piece and put it together instead of just listening to the whole thing fully.
Right.
But
Because my thing is, if you're expressing your truth that you're not as woke, or you're not this figure that y'all are putting me as, and this is what I'm feeling and this is how I'm going about it, who are you to dissect that and be like, oh, okay, damn, that's how you feel about black women? Now I will agree, as far as when he dropped this, he should have waited. And I don't necessarily know
I
if
disagree.
there would ever I don't necessarily know if there ever would be a good time to drop this with everything's going on. I would say put that on like an album that comes out like 3 or 4 months from now, because there's a lot,
No,
I
because
guess,
people
going on
gonna
as
still
far as
get
like,
sensitive. At the end of the day, like no matter if you speak your mind, you that popular, you gotta just not be so sensitive. Like you gotta say, like J. Cole's not hurting nobody. Like you gotta,
I
man, you
don't
just
feel
gotta
like
say
he
it.
was hurting nobody with that statement
Honestly,
at all.
the song
I just feel
would have
like
went a lot differently if he would have never said woman. That's what I'm saying a lot of. Like
And he said
if he would have
Queen.
never
He
said
lifted her up.
woman, people wouldn't even
Yeah.
be attacking him like that. If it was just he just rapped and didn't mention like a gender and just rap, he would have been talking to a broader audience.
But I think the
But
biggest,
because he said
He
woman,
only,
they feel like he's attacking her. And I feel like
but he
that's
only
where a lot of people
J. Cole
problem.
has a pattern. He only talks about people in this type of way that he respects and sees that are leaders. He called her a leader. When he talked about Kanye, he see that he's a leader. When he wrote the whole song, half an hour, talked about everything going on, which is a great song that relates to shit now. Also, he talked about Barack Obama, somebody that he sees as a leader. Like J. Cole does this to people that he respects, even if there's a difference in opinion, which I don't see no problem with, and I don't think anybody else should.
I
I
think the
mean,
biggest thing. Oh, my fault.
my bad. I was saying, like, when we hear an artist say woman or speak directly to a person or about a group of people, we take it differently because, women look at things a different way, men look at things a different way. And like Don said, we all grew up different, we all raised differently, so we all have our opinions. Our opinions will come at a different circumstance. But I don't know, bro. Like him talking directly to one, me personally, him talking directly to a woman will never be a man talking directly to a woman about and still uplifting her will never be an issue for me. Long as you say it in a respectful way and you take the time to understand her point, I don't think it will ever be a problem. It's just about the delivery. The delivery that J. Cole had was fine with me. I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a. I didn't think it was gonna be this much controversy, this much negativity towards him.
Another reason why it's such a big thing, and you gotta kind of like do the background on who No Name is and what she does. Like she has a book club that talks about, as far as like
It's a people of color book club. Yeah.
Which is great. That's excellent.
Yeah. And so when it comes to just like when people kind of like dissect the song and they be like, well, you want him to teach, and she's been doing this forever. Why don't you go to Google and stuff? I just look at it like this. If you want to understand something and you have someone to gain that information from, why not just go ask that information? And what he was literally talking about in that song is literally happening on Twitter. Like you have intellectuals that have the information, you have the people that don't have the information, and you're trying to find a connect, and it's like the intellectuals are talking at people instead of talking to the people. And that's why
he's been attacked. He's been attacked a lot, actually. Like they're saying you grown, you 35, got all this money, you should do the research for yourself.
Brandon, you got the exact point. You just hit on the nose, man.
Let me finish, because my thing is this.
We gotta move.
Ty, the three of us know me, Ty, and Don. We work with kids, and it's the same difference as if a kid asks us a question. If a kid said, "Mr. Don, I don't know how to do this problem," you're not about to tell that kid to go to Google. That does not solve the issue. Regardless of how many kids you've taught, regardless of how many classrooms you've been in, teaching is a circular motion. It always happens. It continues to happen. And all he was talking about was, come to me as a teacher versus a tyrant with information, because that solves absolutely nothing. And literally, if you go on Twitter, you see a right side of Twitter that's really kind of just knocking people down, saying that you don't know all the information. You have an other side is like, I'm trying to gain information. It's just dumb.
This is a good topic. I know. This whole topic, we're going to be talking about this for a long time. But just to summarize it, all our black queens out there, we love you all.
I love black women.
I love the shit out of you, black women. I love how you smell, you look.
Perfect.
I love the weed, the everything, the natural hair. I love the crusty toes before you get them done. You get to go get them bitches done every 2 weeks. I love everything about you, motherfucker. I love the bonnets, the hair wraps, whatever. I love everything. Like, don't get us wrong. We love black women. Do not get us wrong. Just want y'all to know that we love y'all. We respect y'all. On this podcast, we do. I can't speak for all niggas. You know, some fucked up niggas out there. You can't speak for everybody, but
Yes,
But you gotta remember this. You gotta remember this. You gotta say black women, not black females. Black
I
women.
don't say female.
I
you
say
say
black
woman.
queen. I say queen.
Oh, okay. As long as
It's even better.
But now we about to kick the shit because now we're gonna discuss.
Yeah, I'm glad.
We're
So
not
good.
interested. As men, I know some of you all. You know, we're gonna keep it, you know, right way because I think as men, I was thinking about this. I be seeing a lot of shit on Twitter where it's like funny skits and they be talking about how niggas saying like a female go crazy for them or always trying to, you know, you got an ex girl that might try to come and see you every time, try to make up anything. Oh, you left my toothbrush at your house or in my house. Or you left your PSD drawers at my house. But you want them back? Like, no, I have 30 others there. You can keep them. Like, you just want to come back. But as men, I feel like we do fake little toxic shit as well. I know I can definitely say I have. It might not be to the same extent as females, but I think there's definitely an interesting and funny conversation to talk about, like when you go out with a female and you're not interested with a female, like you're genuinely, like we had a conversation, y'all, the other day when we were just having a pre-production meeting, and we was like, how do you let a female know that I'm not trying to smash? Like I'm sorry, smash is probably offensive. I'm not trying to have sex with you. I'm just literally enjoying
Just
our
want to
time
chill.
together,
Just want to have time with you.
or generally just doing a friendly gesture, whether it's giving you a ride home or we're chilling or you need help with the paper or work, and
or your bags or anything.
And you think I'm trying to fuck. So how do you all let women know?
The worst part about this is like it's really hard to even get to that point to let somebody know because the way men are perceived is like we always trying to get it. We always trying to get it.
We're dogs.
Like, yeah, I seen this video. I don't know if it was a skit or if it was a real video. It was funny as hell. Where this girl left her purse sitting on the counter, and she had $20 sticking out of her purse. He was trying to get her purse back to her, and she was like, "I got a boyfriend. Leave me alone." He's like, "All right, man, fuck it." He took the 20 out and he put it in his gas tank.
Yeah, I don't like this shit, man.
He put it in his gas tank. And so she was like, "Did you just take my money?" He said, "I was trying to fucking help you in the first place. You didn't want to get my help. So fuck it, I put it in my tank." But it's like, that's the type of situations we low-key be dealing with because like we can't even be nice to women. And then when it gets to the point that like we trying to tell a woman that we're not interested, it's like we got to be subtle about it.
And then we the assholes. And then if we not subtle, or if we are subtle in the wrong way, we're assholes. We're all these things. I'm just like,
unless like a preference. Well, we'll get killed for that having a preference. We'll get killed for having preferences. We'll get killed for having a preference.
We'll get killed for ignoring all the signs that the females obviously, or so-called obviously, giving us that they like us and they would like to engage in other extracurricular activities with us. But we get called gay. We get called some other shit, some wild shit, just because we're not trying to drop our dick off.
Low self-esteem.
The gay one his home, bro. I've been called gay.
Little dick. Got a little dick. You know?
Ladies, I gotta throw little dick in the trash. I keep saying that. Get that the fuck out of here, man. Not no little dick. You wasn't saying, you know what? I ain't even about to. I'm about to. Let me stop. Let's stop. You know what?
But real talk though, like
I'm about to go too far.
Nah, like, oh, you gay or something? Like, nah, bro. No, I'm not gay. I just, no, thank you. I'm good. No, thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Like, no, thank you.
Really?
That's all I said. No, thank you. I'm good. Oh, you want my? Nah, I'm good. No, thank you. Nah, for real.
Oh,
fuck you, gay or something? Nah, I'm good.
I mean, but to answer the question, you said signs that you are interested. Not interested. I would say if you like talking to me a certain way, you're trying to like take that to another level. If I'm keeping it real friendly, if I'm staying real cool with you, like if I'm making it like if I'm talking to you in a certain way that's letting you know, nah, I'm good with where we at. Like we cool, we friends. Like that's really all I want from this. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want nothing else. I think when you do that though, like when you friend zone a woman, that's a lot harder to do than you think. Like,
Or
it's
at least
it's
you
more than
think you're
convenient.
friend zoning them, but to them,
Yeah.
they probably not used to, like, your friend zone is you liking them, but they probably used to niggas just being like, nah, fuck up my face, bitch. Well, I'm not saying that we would say nothing like that, but women probably be used to niggas that they trying to pursue say some wild shit to them. So when we do the friendly shit, we give them like little shit like 2 hand hugs and shit, or we do like
Church
little funny,
hug.
like make them a drink or something. You know, it's
Answer
a
their
big
call
difference
at
between
like
the two.
1 to 2 in the morning. Yeah.
Oh,
A
Bro, it's a
two-hand
big
drink.
difference between the 2 hand and the side joint, bro. Or the
The church-
joint when you
the church
2 hand, you
hug.
hold it for 3 seconds or something. It's a big. That should be getting misinterpreted a lot. I done had a couple
Or the
situations
huffing,
where it's like,
or the hug when you huff and puff. You like that
yeah, or
means
the
something.
little rub, or the rub on the back when they do it and everything. And then they slowly pull their hand off you and pull away, like little shit like
if
that.
we ain't like that, I'm hitting
lady.
you with one of these. One of these.
Sometimes,
You the bro.
What's up with you, friend?
Real talk.
How you feeling?
You the bro. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. You the bro until said otherwise. Because I've had that situation happen with me literally, like where I was legit cool with this woman, and she literally was like, "Hey, we gotta talk." Next day, she told me something. I know you like me, but I don't really feel you like that. And I'm just like, bruh, I never
I
said.
done fucked up the friendship
I
because
never
I
said
never
I
used
was
you like that.
feeling
So
you
now you
like
fucked
that.
up the friendship.
And then you be like, I never say that, boy. Stop faking. You already know you like me, bro. All of that.
You
Like,
know you like
nah.
me. You know you want this. So you act like you wouldn't hit this if I thought it. No. I mean, now you're putting pressure on me. I don't want it though. Like I don't.
I never said I was feeling you like that. It's like it's hard. Like when you think about like the difference between like being a good guy or the bad guy in a situation. It's like the good guys get the end of the stick, and some women just like being treated like
Get
shit.
the end of what?
Like,
Get the end of the what?
The good guys get the bad end of the stick. They get the
Oh,
wrong side. Like they get treated wrong.
Hey fam, it sounded like you said the bad end of the dick. I was about to say, fuck no, fam. Hey, I got a real question for y'all though. Do y'all like y'all balls when y'all get hit?
Oh my God, we going there? We going there?
I'm Usain Bolt, nigga. I'm to the finish line. Fuck you doing? My ball. I used to. No, somebody else.
He's really going there.
Drake, go ahead.
Yes.
Drake, answer that shit. Drake gonna choke you in the back of your neck. Oh, let these balls.
Wow.
You know, of course, that is not a problem with getting your testicles sucked on and licked during sex. You have to be able to enjoy it.
He's trying to sound so clear.
Now you're going so far because I don't know who keep painting this image of that, but I'm gonna let that slide. There's nothing wrong with getting your testicles played with or getting them sucked on.
No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with getting your nipples lit. For all my niggas, nothing wrong with getting your nipples lit. Like, I'm not. All right, I talked to these niggas about that. I'm not saying like. I'm not saying like you, like y'all in the bed, y'all lay down, she gets to suck your nipples for like 10 minutes. Like, I'm just saying, like, if y'all in foreplay, y'all mid foreplay.
Yeah, keep going. Go ahead, keep going.
Hey, nah, listen. If y'all in mid foreplay, right, and she try to caress your body, y'all kissing and shit, and she working her way down to go, you know, to your Jack in the Box, and she so happen just, you know, kiss or lick the nipple real quick. I'm all for
it. Nah, no thank you on that one.
Hey,
I'll put it like this. It's fine. To me, it's fine, you know, once every, you know, whatever. Don't make it like, you know how like when you do foreplay.
Come on, baby,
with
let me suck your nipple.
Regular. Right.
Yeah, no, that's wild. That's wild.
With somebody you regularly
suck that shit like I suck your shit. Like, don't just be like putting my shit in your mouth like I'm sucking your titties or something every time you about to fuck. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, that's wild. Like, don't cuff my shit. Be trying like,
because then you know you gonna let out that subtle.
I promise, I'm playing. I gotta clear it up. I'm joking. I'm not throwing a punch at female. I was joking, everybody. I don't want anybody to get upset. These are jokes. These are jokes.
Hold on. So since you asked that question, I'm gonna follow up a question, and then we gonna go to our next little subtopic. So do y'all be moaning while y'all be having sex?
Hey, I be in the air like
facts.
I'm finna nut.
Facts. You guys show it that you appreciate what she's doing for you.
Hey, dog. Hey, dog. You be like the whisper song.
Hey, look, man. Sometimes you
Oh
can't say enough
man.
words to describe what you're feeling. So
Right.
sometimes a little moan is just what you gotta give it up. You gotta give it up sometimes.
But sometimes you ever say some dumb shit? You ever say some dumb shit? Like sometimes I be trying not to sound dumb, like, like you know, we ask dumb shit and then be like, oh, who pussy is this? Like this daddy pussy? Like you want me to nut this pussy? Like we say the same. I'll be like, oh, this pussy wet. Obviously, I feel you leaking on my leg. Why the fuck am I saying that? Like,
Hey, no, I've never said no like dumb shit. I said some wild shit, or I've like. You ever had like an out of body experience, like when you having sex? You just like, this is not me. Like, it's just, I'm
yeah, I
doing
like
this
visualize
shit.
myself at the end of the bed watching
I'm
me
like,
thrust this pussy right now.
bruh, no, real talk. I was with this girl that liked to get choked, bruh. And real talk, I was like getting into it, bruh. And I'm like choking her with it. She's like, yeah, choke me. I'm like, yeah, you like this shit, motherfucker, don't you? And I'm like, yo, I'm really cursing her out. Like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing, bro? I just felt bad.
No pause, no homo. Why me and Brian the only two niggas giving it up, bro? Ty, you quiet as shit. Dre, y'all quiet, man.
All right, well,
I'm not quiet,
We trying to get the views up, baby.
To answer your initial question,
BDSM
to answer your initial question, I don't like in my balls because I don't really like head. That's not. I don't like getting
We
head.
don't go there again.
But y'all knew that. But the second question, nipple, I'm good on that. No, thank you.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna front you. This is me personally. I don't care who watch, family, church, whatever. I'm gonna tell you the truth. When it comes to my sex life, I'm gonna do what I want. Now,
I'm a slut. Give me lit.
if it
Pretty much,
gets
that's what you're saying.
me, if it turned me on and my girl like doing it, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
So
you spit in the mouth, don't you? You spit in the mouth, right?
I'm not gonna say no names, but I did that with someone before. It was a nice experience. She wanted me to spit in her mouth, and then, you know what? That's real nasty for the pod. Nevertheless,
what's worse, spitting in the mouth or getting your mouth spat in? I think receiving, like, open your mouth and let somebody in your mouth.
In the mouth.
When I was really into it, I was telling her, I was like, spit in my mouth. Like, I was going crazy.
Oh,
but
wow.
Then she never did it. Like she never did it.
Oh, you wanted it. Oh, you wanted it.
It's over, bro. Look.
All right, look. Everybody has such different ways. Hey, go ahead, man. Exactly. I feel you. I'll never do that shit, but I feel you, though. Go ahead, bro.
Look, the objective is to make her come. And if you ain't doing everything for that, get out the bed.
Because I put it like this: if I'm dealing with, I put it like this: if I'm dealing with a woman that like BDSM, I ain't that type of nigga. I'm a bitch at heart.
You said who?
Everybody don't know what BDSM
is. Like the what?
Bondage,
like bondage,
chains and whips and shit. All of that.
Hey, next topic. Let's go. I'm not talking about this. Oh, what are you talking about?
Can we talk about the
Can we talk about please? Fuck that. So we gonna let's go to sports.
Please, come on.
Well, we didn't really discuss the good guy versus bad guy theory real quick. Let's just jump into that real quick. The good guy versus bad guy thing. Like we should.
I think we kind of just announced to the audience that we're kind of like bad guys in the bedroom.
We're toxic in a sense.
Well, everybody is. Females be toxic too. Be trying to act like y'all calling us over to help y'all, but no, damn well y'all want to get some. You know what? But go ahead.
Women love toxic men, or they love when men do toxic things, and they try to act like they don't, and it's okay if you do.
And I try to act like I don't like this shit. I'm annoyed, but the whole time I be like, nah, I like that shit.
Hey, like,
that shit turns me on. I don't know why.
You saying they prefer
like come over and lay with me? I want to sleep next to you tonight type shit.
No,
she just cursed you out 3 hours earlier. She said she don't want to talk to you ever again. She texted you 3 hours later. Yeah, you gonna slide up on me tonight?
So y'all saying women prefer bad guys?
Or not even that. Or they just ask like, can you come over and help me something real quick or make it feel like it's an emergency, and then you come over there and then what they do? Now my meat is in.
I heard that. So y'all saying that women prefer bad guys over good guys? Is that what y'all saying?
I think they prefer like bad guy role scenes. Like they want the good guy in relationship lovey-dovey to do the nice shit, but then they want to have times where they want to make you mad on purpose and make you that mad guy, that bad guy to get them off a bit more.
Hold up.
You
My
lighting
opinion
a
is
candle, my
all
nigga?
women. I say all women want a good guy that do
Is you
the bad shit
is you
Did
lighting a
you light a
candle, my
candle?
nigga?
when it's good for them.
Why is you lighting candles?
I'm
nigga?
sorry, Ty.
He
Just
trying to
light a
set the
candle. Go
ambiance.
ahead.
No, I'm on you. Fuck the podcast. What the hell is you doing, Marcus?
Okay, Ty, go ahead. Set the mood
Like,
for the podcast. Go ahead, Ty.
I was saying,
who got the
um,
Kenny G playing in the background? You want
I think
Hey, yo, Elmo.
Those bastards.
I'm done.
Hey, I'm gonna try to put an Elmo on this fucking screen and cover your face up, put the laughing. Put that shit up there. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah,
I was saying all women want a good guy. They want a guy who's going to, respect them. We're going to do things for them, do the nice things for them. But they want a bad guy when it comes to the shit you have to do. So, for example, protect them, or somebody go nigga say something left to them. They want you to defend them, stuff like that. They want a bad guy, and when it comes to being toxic or doing that toxic shit to them. But they want a good guy when it's comes to respecting them, respecting our relationship, respecting what y'all got going on. And so it's a little bit of both.
I think we should stop trying to say what women want and just let them tell us what they want. But honestly, at the end of the day, women do want a man.
It's what I think. It's what I think women want. I don't.
Well, let's talk about, since we men, what do we want as men from a female? Like, I mean, shit.
Oh shit! Here go the preferences. Oh shit.
No. Well, matter of fact, we're gonna say that. We're gonna say that for next episode. We're gonna say that for next episode because we got some more shit on the docket that we need to get through. We're gonna do that next episode. So, we're gonna go and shut the sports. I promise y'all, we're gonna come back to that topic. But definitely sports. The NBA is returning. Was it late July? Like, was July 17th, something like that?
It might be July 30th, depending on how some of the players and things. Well, like the timeline. If they all arrive early enough, then they'll start the season July 30th instead of the 31st. So July 31st is the proposed start date, but anything changes to 30th would be the other.
For all our viewers out there, everybody that don't know, the NBA will be having their resume season in Orlando, Florida, at some Disney resort.
Disney Resort. Yep, I think Walt Disney Resort, Disneyland, I believe. Yeah. Honestly, so.
But the fucking list of amenities and everything that they get is fucking insane. Like they get all access to the fucking park, whatever time they want. They can have their own chefs come down, but Disney, they're gonna feed the players whatever they want, whenever they want. They get
games room,
whole access games room, DJ sets and party little guys.
Making them feel at home as possible, which is good because you have to make your players feel if the players don't play, it's no money. So I
even heard they having like a little casino set up and everything. Like they got everything. It's gonna be it's like luxury. It's like luxury in Thailand. Like if you could sneak in that motherfucker, you be like just living the life. So it'd definitely be interesting. But
the toughest part, NBA players can go to other NBA games. That's gonna be tough.
So LeBron can go watch the Clippers and them play. It's gonna be tough, and it's gonna be. I don't know.
That's like live film. That's like live film.
Exactly. Live film.
Other than live film, a lot of them do enjoy the game, so they'll be able to have front court seats to seeing it. Versus
now
if they
you
were
get to hear what they call like when they say distracting, like say the shit say bananas, but it's a whole left side stream for Braun. Like now they can remember and pay attention to the vocal calls and everything. So.
I was about to say too, the biggest thing that nobody's really talking about is the fact that now that whole tampering aspect of trying to figure out who want to play for who next season is going to be up there too.
Because they all gonna be in the same spot. No, that's true. I like that.
I'm just saying because Giannis about to be a free agent.
I don't like that. That's not cool.
It's true. It is a lot harder to maintain because they're going to be interacting. They're going to be drinking. They're going to be having a good time. And shit might come up. Stuff might be like, hey, Giannis. And you gotta think
they've been with their families. Yeah, they've been with their families the whole quarantine. So them being around their teammates, which is essentially going to be like their niggas, they're going to have a great time. Like, they can be focused on the playoffs and shit, but it's like, niggas, oh my God, fool.
It's all good.
And they gonna be focused on the playoffs. My phone's on D&D. People are still calling me, bro. But yeah, like the fact that like their teammates would essentially become like their closest friends for like these next 3 months is like they're gonna enjoy themselves. So people are gonna talk. People gonna be talking to Giannis because they know the free agency's coming up. Like Steph and them gonna be like, "Yo, got this first pick. Micah holler at you. Might want."
I don't think they're gonna be there, but yeah.
Oh my bad, I'm tripping. But like the Heat or whoever, all these other teams there, they gonna be recruiting the whole time, and there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. At the same time, you want to win. And a lot of people try to get caught up in like this 90s, 80s era where they weren't these big super teams and they was winning games. You know, they would have a franchise star, they would put a co-star, and then they would have like role players everywhere else. And I think everybody keeps trying to live in that. Like a lot of older players live in that. And it's like that's not where times is at. Player movement, players are more empowered than they have ever been. So if I want to go over here to fucking Houston and play with James Harden and Russ, I'm gonna go do that because that's a ring to me. Like what they're doing plus me, we could definitely get that championship. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with doing that to me. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with doing that. If you're a good player and your franchise is not doing enough to help you win games and you have the opportunity to go do something of your own, take that. Because at the end of the day, they don't care about your legacy as much as you do.
Wait, do something on your own or do something to win a ring?
Hey, let me bring it back.
Leave and make your own decision. But
so altogether, player chatter will be definitely happening when they're all in this Disney resort together.
It's bubble. In this bubble.
Whatever they also have fan it is. Good.
Yeah, and they also have an anonymous hotline to basically snitch on other players if they leave the bubble and do things that could put other players in jeopardy, which I appreciate because at the same time you gotta hold your people accountable. Like if you go out the bubble going to party, that's not fair to us because we can't do that. And if we do, we put our families, we put us.
If you bring in somebody sick, then we just all get sick in this motherfucker.
You put the whole thing to risk because like, you know what I'm saying? You could come back sick. You can give it to one of your coaches. And the coaches ain't young people. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful.
Well, are we sure it's gonna be a return with the Kyrie thing? Oh, my bad, Don.
Okay. That's what I'm kind of about to shift to. I know we got some more things on the docket. I think we were going to talk about URL, like top 5, like top battle rappers and stuff, but I think our time is starting to, we got up there in time with the other stuff. So I think I was going to ask you fellas about the Kyrie situation, and then not just him, but everybody else is debating or not if they should play. Because I think the NBA gave them, now they have to the end of this week to make the final, or end of next week, one of them, to make their final decision and say, hey, I'm not
by June 24th, they have to let their teams know if they're going to be returning or not. And if you're excused by the team, you get your full prorated salary. If you're excused by the team or you have like a health condition or something, then you're excused and you get your salary. If you're choosing to sit out and not play, you lose money for every game that's played up including playoffs. So
you don't lose money, you don't receive it. Right?
You don't get your full salary for the season. Yeah, like you don't get everything you're supposed to get. Yeah.
Make sure the NBA is not fining them for sitting out.
Oh yeah, they're not getting fined. They just won't.
I just want everybody else to understand that.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, that's their jobs. Like, if you don't come to work, I'm not going to pay you. The fuck.
But no, see.
No. But the way he phrased it, some people be like, "Damn, fuck the NBA. Why the fuck they taking up black people's money because we don't want to play and stand up for black empowerment and rights?" But it's not taking the money; they're just not getting what they're supposed to get. But I was gonna say all that to say that I see a lot of people, the Dwight Howard Johnson statement with his agent and everything, and then Kyrie talking about making jokes of starting their own league and doing all that shit. And I'm just kind of confused as to why it's like where this like idea that the NBA is not supporting Black Lives Matter came from. It kind of seems like now I hear players are like just trying to say let's not play, but it's like, well, what did the NBA do to make you feel this way? Like, it's one thing to say that it's the time that we're going through that you don't want to focus on it, but to make it like to Kyrie say to make your own league is like, where did this come from? That's what I'm a little confused by.
I think Kyrie's argument was just basically that with the world's attention on the U.S. and what's going on as far as racial matters and stuff like that, starting back up one of the most famous leagues in the world, most watched league in the world. Like you starting it back up and having people that has been waiting for it to come back and look at it, it's going to take away from what we're fighting about and what we're trying to, I guess, put the message across that Black lives do matter. And so what he was basically saying is that um, starting the NBA back up is basically going to make it a distraction. But to me, I feel like the complete opposite. I don't think that it's going to be a distraction. I think you could use that time period to make the message even bigger because now the entire world is gonna be watching y'all play.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that exact thing. Kyle Korver had an interview and he said those exact words. He was like, Kyle Korver, everybody, for people or whoever's watching it that don't know, is a famous shooting guard that with the Hawks. Now he plays for the Bucks, like different teams. Like he's a great shooter and everything. But he basically saying he stands by his black teammates, brothers. He considered his teammates and everything family and shit, the people he grew up with and known in the NBA. But he was saying if they don't want to play and they say let's not play, then he's gonna stand with them and not play. But he also said that he know everybody saying it's gonna be a distraction. But like Brandon just said, that it can also be helpful. Like if there's such a big platform that everybody is dying to watch and hasn't seen in 3 or 4 months, why not use this as a platform to blow it up? Like we've been talking about. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was about to say controversy sparks views. And so, say for instance, they start out the game not in their uniforms, but in a Black Lives Matter shirt, and they don't do the national anthem. They do the Negro national anthem. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. That's gonna piss a lot of people off, and it's gonna be circulating on national news. But at the same time, you're still breaking the message. You're gonna have to see it. It's gonna be everywhere. So I just feel
like Fox 5 and shit, they can't ignore that. These Republican places, they can't ignore these type of shit. Like, I agree.
It's gonna do exactly what they wanted to do: bring attention, bring awareness, bring people
positive fires.
Understanding.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, now I'm gonna just stick on the other side of this. All right, so Kyrie Irving, he's a very radical. You know, people say radical thinker, but that's because he thinks outside the box, or he doesn't say a lot of things that everybody else says. I'm not gonna call it radical, and I'm not gonna call it that. But do I agree with what he said? Yes. Do I think they should play right now? Part of me says no. I feel like we should focus more on what we're doing. I feel like they should be more out there in the streets, more doing things to be pushed instead of like going back to normal. And it wouldn't be normal in the sense of like, oh, it's fans in here, we're playing in here, forget what's going on outside. It's not that type of normal. But playing again, it just sets a precedent that no matter what's going on, money is more important. Like the league is more important than the lives of your people, you know? And I think Kyrie Irving's message is loud and clear. Do I agree with everything he says? No. Do I agree that they could start their own league? Yes. Do I agree that maybe they shouldn't play? Partially. Now, on the LeBron side, LeBron James is one of the biggest advocates for Black people as far as rights go. He built a school, and a lot of students in school are reading on a higher grade level than they're supposed to. Like LeBron James does a lot for the African American community. He is a big activist. He not only says things, but he does things to promote change. He wears the shirts. I can't breathe. More than an athlete. Like he does these things, and he stands behind them. Now, yes, it may be better for them to go play and to wear these shirts, to talk about these things in interviews, to consistently say these things on TV, because millions of people are going to be watching this. So the people that you're not going to reach being out there in the streets protesting, you're going to reach them by being on TV talking about this, putting it in their face every day. Yes, I'm going for that championship ring, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to tell you, get out and vote. Go protest. Make sure that you're voting for the right people. Make sure that you're researching things. Make sure that you're understanding that what's going on in the world right now is never going to be the same. Like if you want the change, you got to be the change that you want. And I'm pretty sure that that's what all these Black athletes are going to do. Now, some of them don't want to go and play because they're worried about their health, their safety. They're worried about their families and stuff like that, which is fine. That's cool. That's real life stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand that because we don't live that lifestyle of athletes. But there is a big divide between the Kyrie side and LeBron side. But it's just like Patrick Beverly said, he is the face of the league, and he has a big voice. If he said we hooping,
say we go hoop.
we
We go
hooping.
hoop.
And it's nothing wrong with that.
I want to backtrack to something that you just said. It was like 2 minutes ago. But to say that, you don't think now is a good time to resume, my question, I guess, is when? Because the fight never stops. Like, we're never going to get 100% satisfied, like, what's going on. But we might get some laws. We might get some shit changed. We might get some justice. We might get some reform police shit, academies and shit. But like at the same time, we're never gonna get everything that we want. So if we don't start stuff like up now, like when? Are we gonna wait till 2021 and be like, no, it's still not a good time, or we gonna keep going? Like what is it? Then the whole thing about starting their own league. I'm not saying it's not like they're fully capable of starting their own league. Don't get me wrong. But the NBA has always done a good job with equality and racial issues and domestic issues and shit that, is bothering the world right now. It's not like the NFL. The NBA has always done a good job with that. So I can see if the NFL was saying, fuck that, we start our own league. But for Kyrie saying about the NBA, it's like, I just don't get that a little bit. But all that to say, like, when would be a good time to start back up? If not now. But I don't think that'll be a good time. It's just, you got to do it at some point.
Won't be a better situation.
I'm gonna just answer your question about that. You're right. Everything you said, I agree with. There isn't a perfect time to start things because things are always going to be changing. We're always going to be fighting for change, and that's not going to take 2 weeks. That's not going to take a year. That's stuff that's been in place for over 400 years that we have to essentially break down and change. So you are right about that. That's why I say I only partially agree with the statement because right now we have everybody's ear. So I think Kyrie Irving is trying to say because we have the world's attention and because everybody has us in the spotlight, this would be the perfect time for us to put it on in full force. That's what part of me feels like. That's why I say partially. But then there's also the fact of if you play, you are going to be spreading your message globally. And the more people, the better.
Yeah.
So it's like he's in a win and lose situation. He has the right idea. He's just going about it wrong. Like the whole players coalition led by him and Avery Bradley, I support it. But at the same time, that's not going to work if you don't have everybody. Like if you don't have the face of the league on your side, it's hard to get things like that to be pressed. So if they could come together, because honestly, it's a lot of Kyrie versus Bron thing. And it's not even that they against each other, honestly. It's just they have two different ideologies. And it's like it's two different perspectives. They probably talking behind the scenes trying to figure out shit. And if they're doing that, then that's what's supposed to be happening. They have to figure out something together as a league and as black men that run these leagues, because if they don't, then it's going to be a lot of, I'm on this side, one with that. If they don't come together, then all this is pointless at the end of the day.
Like Captain
I think it was LeBron that said he wanted to be remembered for more than just being, a basketball player.
Yeah, more than an athlete. He won't shut up and dribble. So
yeah, he want to be remembered for more than just him playing ball, him scoring points. He want to be remembered for him sparking change, providing education, all the things he does do, which make you appreciate LeBron a lot more.
Yeah.
Oh, and also to reply to what you said, we don't got to talk about this now. Nobody got to answer this. We can save it for another topic. For another podcast. Are they doing everything? Are they doing things? Is the NBA correcting change or supporting change because it keeps money in their pocket, or are they doing it because they genuinely believe that's the right thing to do? That's just a question to think about and ponder.
Yeah, but I think that's how the answer's always going to be both. The answer's always going to be both.
Because you don't know. You're not on the other side.
You don't know, but logically speaking, you need money to keep the shit going. Kyrie is one of them motherfucking people that gets millions of dollars and millions of dollars that get some of the highest contracts. So for him to say that, it's like they need the money because they paying you fucking $60 million a year, whatever the case is.
And you got to think about the young players who just came in, or the G League people. That's not they're not getting 10 million a contract. They're getting like $500K a game or like $1 million. Like sometimes they
That's what
don't get
Ed
that
Davis was
big
talking
bag.
about.
So it's a lot of times you gotta think
Some
about
people like gotta play.
players
Like
under you. Yeah, they gotta play. Like,
Yeah,
that's how
some
they
people
feed their
have to
family.
play it. Like for this corona, the pandemic, some of the younger players, the rookies, the people that come off the bench is not the big star names that regular
Yep.
people don't know. They need basketball to come back. They need a way to support their family the way they were. Like imagine being set, you like, all right, this year about to go, I'm about to take off next year, work my ass off, then corona has stopped your livelihood. I mean,
It's just like what Ed Davis was. My fault. It's just
go
like
ahead,
what Ed Davis
explain
was
who Ed
talking
Davis
about.
is to most people.
Ed Davis, he's one of the backup centers for the Utah Jazz. And he's like a 13, 14-year vet. I'm not 13, 14. I think he's like
He's
a 10,
coming to the
11-year vet.
Jazz?
Yeah, he's in the Jazz now.
Yeah,
I thought he was on the Nets.
I know
Nah,
he wasn't on the Nets no more, but I
He
ain't
got
left
waived.
Portland, too.
Yeah, they let him go, and then he just re-signed. But yeah. So he did an interview, and he was saying like it's easier for the bigger name stars that are in like those big tax brackets as far as contracts to be like, yeah, you know, I don't want to play or whatever. But like he was saying, for the role players and people on the lower end of the stick, as far as like team salary is concerned, it's like, what am I going to do as far as like, you know, sustaining my life and being able to help my family? So it's kind of putting them in a hard situation. It's like, yeah, you want to fight the cause, but it's like, are you going to be able to do that and not put money, you know, on the table to feed your family? So it's kind of hard. But I think, like I was saying, if you can find a middle ground to where you can get your you can get your message across, but at the same time, be able to like interact with the fans by playing ball, then I say just do it. Because one thing I will say is sports is something that brings people together, regardless of what's going on in the world. Sports always brings people together. So I would say use that aspect of sports to bring that message across, that Black Lives Matter, minorities matter, and then just overall respect of differences. Because that's what we're fighting over is respect of differences, but also too the systematic oppression that Black people have been dealing with for about to be 500 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where it's hard because we talk about it so much, not just in sports, but just in generalized conversations. Like, how do we keep the conversation going? Like we was talking about in the first episode. Like,
that's
how do we
tight
keep the
ass bun
conversation
you just
going?
made.
Yeah, facts. But how do we keep people engaged, and how do we keep people in that mindset of understanding what racism is and what social injustices are? And so by using something as powerful as the NBA, like, I don't see why not. I don't see any negative aspect in it. If anything, I'll say this and I'll let it go. If anything, with the NBA making this stand, that whole China situation, they could make all that money back up that they lost from China. So
not just the money, but just the relationship with Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, that relationship as
like
well.
Fucking it up.
Yeah. So they could rebuild their relationship with China, or even not just with China, but other countries, and then make back that revenue, and then be able to continue the league for years to come. But I just want them to come up with something simple.
Okay.
Agreed.
Well, damn, we be rapping. We can rap about this shit a lot. I know.
On my bloodline.
So we were, ladies and gentlemen, we were going to talk about. I know we were requested to do our top 5 each position of the NBA, like all time and shit. But we're gonna have to. But we're gonna save it for. We're gonna make a top 3, but we're gonna do it. We probably should do it next episode. We spend a lot of time and got a couple more things we need to get off, so we'll come back to that. So I guess we can do this real quick. Tackle this. PS5 versus the Xbox Series X. All of us in here are Xbox niggas. Does anybody think about converting, switching over? If so, you can get the fuck off of here. Fuck yourself.
Nah. As far as the specs is concerned and everything labeled between the two, the Xbox is the better system. Like, more memory.
If you definitely, I wish I could pull it up. I definitely seen the compared list where they had, all the specs and shit, and the Xbox.
So what about
a couple different categories? I forgot what it was.
Maybe
So
No, he's a
You a
PS4 nigga though.
You a PlayStation Xbox type nigga. You want to one foot in, one foot out type nigga, bro.
I got both, but the games I like, bro. Come on PS4 and PS5.
PlayStation 4 has better originals. I mean, PlayStation has better originals. That's the only reason I would switch to play like God of War, Spider-Man, like the new one,
Spider-Man.
That's it. That's probably
Ratchet and Clank, bro. Them three games right there, bro.
Too.
Them 3 games right there, bro, is why I got PS4 right now and why I got all 3 of them games.
Well, I think Xbox, some of their original games just died out. Like Halo, like died out. Like that was their shit.
That's on the way though. That be here in the fall.
One thing about me that everybody know, I only play sports games. I only like sports games, whether it's hockey,
you're trash,
football, whatever. I only like sports games. But on PS4, I can play those other games that I don't have a chance to play. He can't beat me in basketball. Well, we ain't gonna talk about that.
Hey. I think he's talking about real life.
Real life.
We should. Hey, we're gonna vlog that as well. When we go hoop, we're gonna vlog our one-on-one out game sessions.
We got quack. We got blog there too.
Yo, fam, what the fuck was that?
He said you're ducking. He's duck, quack. He's the duck. So he's ducking. Yeah.
Mr. I would have heard him tired. I don't feel like playing one-on-one right now.
Over his head.
Over my head.
Are we?
Did y'all see that bitch ass 2K20 shit with Zion Lewis?
The sweat always makes it look good.
Man,
the sweat always makes it look good.
Head ass the fuck out of here, man. I did not want to see no fucking Zion.
If they put him on the next cover, I'm gonna be mad.
He is on the next cover. Why would you show somebody if they're not gonna be on the next cover? That makes sense. He's a rookie.
Why would you put Zion on there?
He's a phenom. Who else they gonna put?
That boy played
I don't know
19 games.
They gonna put?
And was
You can put Luka.
Hooping.
Luka. He's not bigger than Zion. I mean, because you got to remember, they put other athletes on other Zion countries.
Commercial-wise. He's not bigger.
Yeah, commercially, he's not bigger than Zion. So
Zion been promoted since he was fucking 13
in high school. Yeah, like from high school to now. So it makes sense that he would get the next cover because he's supposedly the next face of the league. Like in the next 5 years, he'll be the next face supposedly. So that doesn't make sense if Giannis is still. But Giannis got a cover. Ron got a cover. Kyrie got a cover. All these players got a cover.
Okay. When you say it like that, makes sense.
Kobe has to be on the cover, bro. You can't put nobody else on the cover.
I know I said that they should probably put Kobe as our only cover, but Kobe should definitely be the legend cover. I think Luka should have just been the regular cover. And then if you want, you could have made another special edition with Zion on the cover and put like an extra minute.
No, you put Zion on the mobile version, like they did. Like they did Carl Anthony Towns. Put his ass on.
I wouldn't mind that. I'd be okay with that. I think he should. That would be something good.
He don't, bro. That nigga play 19
Put him on the mobile
games,
cover. Put him on the little. You know how they every time they drop the game, they drop the gem where you do the face scan, the little companion app. Put him on there. Put him on something.
You can't even get. You can't even get on the cover of 2K in my career in 19 games. I don't want to hear that shit. Like no, bro.
You can get on the cover in your first season though.
Yeah, and
but he ain't finished his whole first season. He was out for most of it.
It wasn't 19 games.
I mean, it wasn't fault for that injury. Fuck. I don't give a fuck what you say.
I thought you talking about now. Like,
still before that though.
And then he came in hooping though. I mean, I don't know about the cover, but he came in hooping. First game he was hooping, and ever since then he's been hooping.
So let me hit it. Time for
yes, sir.
On the block, nigga. On the block.
Oh shit.
I'm on the block and Millie Rock on them niggas.
Oh my god.
Hey, on the block. I don't want to hear nobody say it's not my turn, not nothing, because I'm still trying to formulate mine. Dre said he had something crazy for us this week, I believe.
Yeah, Dre said he had the.
I might not say it now. I just
thought
about the time.
I
just thought about what's going on in the world. It's not the right time to say some shit like that, so I'm gonna just.
Come on, family losing our ass. Damn.
Look, I'm not gonna front you. I want to take this podcast to the next level as much as the next person. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it now. I'm not gonna go first, but I got it. Let me just make sure I'm saying everything.
Man, that's doing different. I went first last time, man. Ty Brandon, one of y'all niggas do.
Every time it's Brandon talk, why I gotta go? Why I gotta go? So Brandon, I'm
Nah,
leaving.
they on me. Nah, they on me. Everybody go. Fuck it.
I
Somebody
don't
go,
like
man.
going first.
All right, well, we don't like you being a bitch, but we don't complain. Let's go.
Okay.
Come on, fellas.
I'm gonna go.
I'm listening.
Oh, this is about to sound crazy. Woman with no father figure. All right. Women with no father figure are easier to manipulate in relationships.
That's not really a.
I mean,
that's a current trend that happens sometimes. I'm not saying that it's necessarily true all the time, but that's not really a. That's not as wild as I thought you were about to say.
That's not what I was going to say, but
That's not what I thought he was about to say either.
No, I changed it, but that's not what I'm going to say.
I was gonna say some shit like women be gassing about them being squirters when they be having yellow lemonade coming out their pussy and shit, talking about my shit wet as fuck. When no, bitch, you squirting out the frozen, like you know, you get frozen snow cones and with the yellow shit and it melt. I'm squirting out that shit.
We're gonna get canceled.
That shit's not good, bro. And be having that elephant trunk clit and be fuck that.
They be having the baby dick as the clip.
Yeah.
Joe be big as shit, bro.
Hey, little ass taking the blankets into the top of their pussies, bro.
Hey, go ahead, bro.
y'all good?
Let me shoot my shots. I'm at the free throw line. That's a technical. That's a technical foul.
So crazy for saying that. That part's about to rattle a lot of cages.
I should edit that out. Can we could? I'm gonna edit that out.
Nah, keep that.
Yo, these are just jokes. Everybody listening, please. I love women. Did I say that? I love women. I love you all. I love everything you do for us. I love black women. I love women. First of all, I got to go to the root of women as being created as a whole first. Then I get to black women. I mean, I'm not saying I put we had to get women invented first because there's still a theory. I believe that God made man and woman, but we don't know which color He made first. So
at the end of the day, we're all human beings. It's really the whole. That's a different topic. But color and classification is just another way to divide people, and it's just a bunch of bullshit. But whatever. Go ahead, Tyler Brandon.
Who next?
My hot take is black women with Louisiana accents are sexy as fuck. Don't care what y'all niggas say. It's very sexy.
Yo, you niggas hot takes this week are ass. I ain't gonna hold it.
It's trash, yo.
Trash.
I'll say my other one then. Chipotle is overrated and it's ass.
That's not a hot take because a lot of people agree with
It's a hot take.
A lot of people do agree with you, but a lot of people are stupid as fuck because they agree with you.
No.
I'm gonna stick with
ass.
You're
I'm gonna stick with basketball.
You look like ass. That's why you think it's ass.
No.
So since
no, it's not ass. You ass.
Since my hot take last week was basketball, I'm gonna stick with basketball.
Oh Jesus.
Okay.
Ben Simmons is the best point guard in the East.
You gotta
Ben Simmons is the best.
I almost hit stop recording because of that dumb shit you just keep saying.
See, you're hot take.
I know you like Ben Simmons a lot. I know you do because he plays like you. Can't really shoot that well. He drives. He just pushes the ball, just lays up. Doesn't have any real good crossovers. Just fucking drives to the hole. So I can see why you love him. But you are fucking out of your mind.
You get a jump shot, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a problem.